candidacy will be an issue for us in Southeast. Okowa. Delta State Governor Okowa was in Kano last week with his principal, Atiku Abubakar, to welcome former Governor of Kano State, Senator Ibrahim Shekarau, back to the PDP. Okowa later hosted selected journalists where he spoke. Well, he hosted selected journalists. Key point. Where he spoke on issues that affect his relationship with the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike. Oil theft in Nigeria and Peter Obi's incursion, among other issues. So many people in the Southeast have seen your emergence as the vice presidential candidate of the PDP as a betrayal of the collective agenda. Do you see it that way? And he answers, my emergence is an act of God and I give God the glory. Secondly, whatever debate or issue or comments people have made to us, it is politics. All that went on was just politics. I do not believe that any of them will say that I am not qualified to be, because if you go on that trajectory, I have a very rich track record in governance. With Peter Obi's growing strength, he was asked, especially in Southeast and South-South, what can the PDP be expecting of you as the vice presidential candidate? In the Southeast, he responds, it will definitely be an issue for us because of the sentiments that are consuming or that are coming. But I know that the PDP has a strong root in the Southeast, and I know the contest in the Southeast will be between the PDP and the Labour Party. I mean, that could literally be a dig at APC, but let's not drag it. We will wish that Peter Obi, is not in the same race, but he is there. It will be a competition between the two parties in the Southeast, not the APC, but the PDP and the Labour Party. I mean, if anything, to be honest, I guess he is truthful in acknowledging that Peter Obi and the Labour Party, they're not just some online, because again, he's in the race, so you understand what it entails. And we are now sure that he can say, you know what, this is not some online thing, and he acknowledges the strength of the Labour Party, which is, okay, fair, but also whilst doing that, he's also taking a dig at the APC, saying, you know what, in the Southeast and the South-South, the competition will be between the PDP and the Labour Party, which some may find offensive, but, I guess what's now happening is, okay, fine, who is good enough to go against Peter Obi? Because you cannot doubt that Peter Obi is above, and you really have APC and PDP that are fighting for the position to be worthy of contesting against the Labour Party. And so it seems here, because really the competition, you know what is funny? We could actually see a change and find that the competition would be between APC and the PDP. Not that, okay, fine, we know they can, masquerade themselves as, two competitive parties, even though they do have the same values and they go using the same actions all the time. It doesn't take away from the fact that they can still compete to be with the Labour Party. Of course, that will come with mass defection, but hey, it's not surprising. Looking at the comment section, a lot of people have given their opinions, and it'll be very interesting to see. So, first, but you were one of those who said power must come to the South, or to the South, but now you're singing a different song because you have compromised. I'm from Jos, but I'm obedient to the call. Okay, let's say forget Southeast and South-South. Let's see a whole former vice president's strength in his stronghold, which is Almighty North. Let Atiku gather all the northern votes, please. If Atiku cannot guarantee votes from the South-South, what is he doing on the ballot? Please. Interesting. And words of a drowning man. Obi's nightmares for you have come to stay, always complaining about Obi because you completely lack the capacity to withstand his political strength, both in the South and Southeast. Nuisance betrayers everywhere. Not surprising. I think, again, with Okowa, yes, he says power must come to the south, and I guess the compromise he's made is, well, at least I'm vice president, you know, because when power coming to the south is not by a southern person being a vice president, is the person being the president. Because why would the rotational structure go around to every region in Nigeria but the south east, and the intention that these individuals are trying to push it back to the north when the clock hasn't finished going round. It doesn't make sense. Well, see this naturally unpopular candidate talking, my dear Obi, is not your problem. Your problem is right in front of your eyes. Yes, Ibori will make sure you don't even have 10 votes in that state next time you learn what loyalty is. Wow. I mean, I guess the same energy may even be given if worse. Let's say, for example, Joe Okowa was going for the presidential seat. Anyways, it seems like, okay, fine. Even as you have the visible and very much loud competition between a lot of parties, even within the parties, there are people that may not be feeling well with each other. And it's funny because, the person that this individual has said would take Okowa down is not even any opposition. It is Ibori. Well, not that Ibori is not necessarily in conversation or is as popular. So it's like, okay, fine. It's weird because it's like the underground or the underdogs or the side characters are the ones sort of will be also working against those that are opposition. It's very funny to see. Why should Okowa use the statement "us in the southeast"? Is Okowa a southeast person? Oh, please, let us not start this argument of southeast and south, because really, it's just very divisive. It has not worked for years, and in fact, it's one of the main reasons as to why I believe IPOB would really struggle and take so long trying to get succession. Serious issue for PDP because our own is on. Wow. He said southeast because of political position. Well, I guess maybe, of course, maybe in the past he might be one not to have associated with the southeast. But again, you saying power must be from the south, and then you end up being the VP. Well, I guess it was more selfish because when we say power to the south, it's definitely not to take up a vice presidential position. Put what you think about this in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.